Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to The Wrong Game. Right, yeah, we're on Open TTD. Excellent. So I've been flicking in and out of this for a little while now. And the main thing that I wanted to do off camera was just get rid of the loan. So I expanded my empire down to Punt Town, which is now almost 5,000 civilians living there and working there. So that's great. It's really expanded and it's doing quite well. Wanbridge is also doing quite well, as is Kintborough Market. But this town's going to keep growing, and it's going to hopefully do. It's lost a few, but with time it'll grow, it'll get more people, and it will spread. And that's what we want. We want these towns to spread and basically connect up to one another. So I've done that. So we've got an airport there now. First thing I did actually after I finished recording the last episode, where I basically said that aircraft was slow and unreliable, I built myself an airport and connected Punt Town to Suntown. And Suntown isn't doing too well at the moment, I have to admit. Got to work out how to bring that back from the brink, and I think quite a lot of it is going to be a case of trying to get rid of all that mail. So I'm going to have to try and come up with a plot for that, but for the moment that's alright. I've also upgraded some of the trains just so that they're a little bit cheaper. They're less reliable, but I think in the long run they'll be better because it'll be cheaper. Up here on the finances page, because I've just got this one up because the OBS recording cuts off the bottom. I don't know why. I have set up the boundaries properly, but for some reason it's cutting off the bottom. So here you can see the bank balance is currently actually pretty good. We're very much in the black now. Got rid of the loan, which was about £200,000, and making quite a lot of money actually here. So we've got that one. Oh, we've got this one up here. I put this one in. I replaced all the trucks because they were getting old and breaking down a lot. So basically it's a coal run. I've got 4 trucks that grab coal from the mines and stick them in the power station, and it just makes me a fair amount of money just from doing that. Other than that, the only other areas that I've got a little rundown here. There's a bus route that connects Sunning Hall to Prentown, and this runs about, probably about once a month. It takes about a month for the thing to get around there. I lie, it's about a day. So, what you might expect for a little country run. The reason why I put that one in is because it's next to a factory. It's basically a marker for this factory, because I've got to start getting goods to these towns up here. There's not really a factory nearby. I could buy a factory, but then also have to deal with the infrastructure, how I'm actually going to provide stuff to the factory. So, and I don't really think that that's worth doing. We've got some steel mills nearby, which I could connect some iron to. We've got some wood nearby, but we've got no lumber yards. Got some coal there. We've got some... Ooh, hello. But I would have to put it onto a train. Or... No, I can't fly it in. I would have to put it onto a train and take it past all of this. But on the other hand, I could collect all this iron up, take it all the way down here on one train, and then do a parallel system alongside it to take the steel to there, and then the goods can go onto a helicopter or probably a plane. Actually, we'll get a nice big plane, put all the steel onto a plane, all the goods, onto a plane, and then carry it over, air freight over to Punt Town. That should work. Why wouldn't that work? One of the reasons why it might not work is because that is a very short runway. May have some problems. I may have to have a couple of small aircraft. Okay, so let's run on that assumption that we can start providing this one with this stuff. Second thing that you've got to remember when you're building your rails is to keep them as flat as possible, because if they have to go up an incline, it's going to slow them down, and you don't want that. So, this is going to get a little expensive, but I think I can make it work. Possibly. Because this is a really reasonably short run, I could actually just cut it in with trucks. Yeah. It's probably just as easy to run one of them diesel locomotives, actually. Yeah, let's do that. So, for the moment, I'm just bring my number of tracks. Ooh, actually. I want a lot of tracks, don't I? Let's have 4 tracks going that way. And that's going to accept passengers and iron ore. That'd be fine. And then number of tracks down to 1 because it's just a little run. But let's have it reasonably long as well. And we'll just do a little connection up there. Like so. So that is now going to be providing. I'm going to buy this vehicle. I'm going to refit it for iron ore. Refit that. And then I can do that to there. And go. And as time goes on, I can add more coal trucks. But for the moment, that is not coal, ore trucks. But for the moment, that would be fine. It's just a little one to start the mines going and start the steel mill going, so that I can start getting some goods running. So I'm going to see if I can get a goods. Yeah, accepts mail and goods. Okay. But that's that's steel. Right. Yeah. Okay. Ignore me. Yeah. Well, we've marked it now. Anyway. So, hello. There's a new diesel locomotive. Reasonable amount of power. Expensive-ish. That might be alright for my steel run. It's going to be a very, very long run. And it's going to be taking me past quite a lot of stuff. But, no, I think it might work out in the end. Let's have 4 tracks on here. And it also needs an airport. Okay. Right. Now the fun begins. Right, so the idea is, anyway, livestock, various goods, anyway, are going to come into here. And this may actually be where we start seeing signalling systems. I'm just going to quickly run a train down from here. And this is where it all starts getting rather expensive. Right, okay. So basically what I'm doing is I'm building, so the train is going to go from here to here. That's going to be carrying livestock and grain. That will be turned into goods, and that will then be flown from here over to here. Meanwhile, iron ore is going to be collected from around the country, and it's going to be taken to that steel mill there. The steel mill is then going to run a reasonably large train from here up to here, where it gets turned into goods, gets put onto a plane, and then gets flown over here. That's the theory. However, there is going to become a point where Punt Town decides that it doesn't want any more steel or goods or whatever, and so I'm going to have to send it to other places, and I'm not sure which other places I'm going to end up sending it to, but we'll work that out we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm currently waiting on money. You know what, I'm going to borrow some money because I've already cleared my loan once. I've got a max loan now of almost $500,000. I can afford to take the hit of a loan and then get rid of it again off camera. Right, so that's going to go. Right, so we'll use this one. Now, I did say earlier you don't want to do lots of inclines. Now, right now, I just need to get this track down. I'm not really too concerned about the inclines. And I can go through a little bit later on just to make sure that it is as flat as I possibly can get it. But right now, it's fine. Just, you know, through the use of bridges and the like, you can. What have I done? Yeah, that should be alright. Let's clear that out of the way and let's get a bridge in just over here. Let's make it out cantilever still, because why not? And then get that one up to about there. I like to just make some clearings when I'm doing stuff with rail lines. Right. So, new vehicle. I did have that diesel. So, well, I want it to be fast, really. Now it goes up to 144. And it's got a reasonable amount of power. Yeah, let's get one of those. Let's also get ourselves a livestock van and a grain hopper. So the purpose of this video is literally just get the initial phase of the goods vans set up. So that'll be making that, and then I've just got to get a bomb. Just because the trees do foul with this, so by clicking on it, you only get that. You need to actually click on this to get the new aircraft button. I want a reasonably small plane. Probably going to be that one. So let's buy that one. Let's just get some more money. And let's also refit it for goods. And then that is going to go from there. And it's going to fly all the way over to here. Okay. For the moment, no, let's just, because you do need to trigger these so that they are loading it as you would expect. Actually, that is really quick, because there's an awful lot of little humps here and there. So obviously, I'll between this episode and next, I'll probably be doing a load of landscaping, actually, just as and when I've got the money to do it. Get rid of the loan, obviously, first, and then do some landscaping just to sort of smooth these paths over. Make this as flat as possible so that when my train comes through, it doesn't really. I might make that bridge even longer, actually, and make it sort of come up here. But yeah, so that is probably about a video here. And obviously, between this episode and next, not only will I be smoothing that one out, I'll also be getting this one set up. It'll be a very, very long line, and I think it'll be worth it in the end, because then I can use that line for other things. I can have by using signalling systems, you can actually create blocks of track. So you can tell trains not to go into a block of track if there's already a train in it. So if I can get a double track laid down here, I can then use that track, or bits of that track anyway, to filter trains on and off it to deal with these little towns around here. In fact, I could probably just have one track that goes, maybe borrows bits of the track as it sort of comes through here, but one that visits all of these places just to kind of get them growing and get them linked up. But with that, I will say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit of something a little bit different, and it works quite well for, you know, just being able to have it running in the background while I'm playing some Minecraft or doing things, and then I can just come back to the simulation, modify it a little bit so I'm making some more money, and then go back to doing other things. It works reasonably well in that respect. And over time, what's going to happen is that you're going to basically see little snapshots of a world growing, or a simulation growing. I mean, this town here has shrunk a little bit actually since we've been recording, but I think we can, once we get the goods coming in, should be able to turn that around and get that going. I mean, it's meant to be growing every 50 days, so, well, we'll see. So with that, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.